it's you. Come on in. We're glad to see you.
We have a fall soap today from Stirling Soap Company.
It's a beautiful morning with the Barbershop Duet.
Hi, I'm Marcus Klinger with Klinger Vocal Studio.
And I'm Sarah Vincent with Sarah Vincent Virtual Pilates.
And on Wednesdays and Saturdays,
we're the Barbershop Duet.
From 9 to 10:30 in the morning. We're so glad to see you. If you are here during one of our episodes, turn on the live chat.
Yeah,
we're there. Say hi,
us.
introduce yourself, and hit the subscribe button for us. Helps us out a lot. We'd appreciate it. What's our mention today?
Our mention today is something new from Stirling. I happen to be perusing.
Box show up from Stirling, y'all, just the other day, and it had this in it. What'd you find?
Rosemary mint, and I noticed it does have a shampoo and a conditioner, so we wanted to try the bar soap, but I gotta say, we haven't even tried it yet. We just smelled it, give it a whiff, and oh boy.
And we already know that rosemary does have some cool connections to stuff with the body and the hair and things that it can do and has been used for, so what a great idea. And the smell on this thing, oh, a little frosty, a little beautiful.
Well, and we were just coming off of like some of the peppermint sides of stuff for a lot of the holiday stuff, but the mint in this is oddly really refreshing.
It's not peppermint mint.
No, it's mint.
Something different. Yeah. Super cool. I can't wait to try the shampoo.
I know, I'm excited to bust it.
I even used to use a rosemary mint shampoo, but it was like crazy expensive.
So maybe this is the new...
hey, Stirling, where value meets quality. Thank you for putting this in a bar.
It reminds me of what they would have like in a hotel, like when you walk in and it has like a spa level
super
scent.
Ritzy hotel, like the Fairmount.
It's that kind of refreshing vibe. So if you're a fan of those, maybe check that out.
Oh, I love it. And it's a Stirling day for our soap. What do we have today?
So we've been waiting to open this one up, but we wanted to wait because all the seasonals and all the stuff was happening, and now it's finally time to bust out. So it's a well-loved one.
It is, and it's an homage to one of our favorite fragrances. So we've been waiting for this one, folks. Let's meet the soap. And let's welcome to the show Elaine Stritch.
She wanted to help us.
Elaine Stritch at Liberty on Broadway. She's the Cavalier King Charles Spaniel version. All right, so from the website, just a concise little movie trailer as to what we're about to experience.
Short and sweet, here we go. A masculine blend of rich leather, warm spices, amber, and a touch of earthiness. Ooh.
And if you dive down a little bit, one of the rules of the Barbershop Duet, is if the website itself links this to an homage to a classic, we'll let you know. And if they don't, we probably won't. We'll just kind of stick to what our nose finds in it. So it's up to the artisan to do that. And they have. They've let us know here that this is inspired by Tom Ford's Ombre Leather. And if you are constant viewers, you'll know we are fans of that original and the homages that have come to follow. So
I'm really excited actually to see how Stirling does their mix on it. I don't know.
And there is just a very light touch of the scent of the Stirling base that gets a little bit added, as does with every artisan.
Soap,
And I really actually like the way the Stirling base scent, just that subtle hint of it, combines with their fragrances. So
it's been long awaited. We really wanted to sneak this in earlier, but we decided, no, it's good to wait till winter. I think the leathery stuff actually have a fun part of the winter vibe,
sure. And a wonderful contrast to the rest of our barbershop month. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's unbox it. Oh, there's a lot in this box. Don't tell anybody about Friends till the end.
Yeah, we have some other February fun things coming.
And here it is. Oh, I love it. Oh, and look at the little graphic down here. It's got like the
little deserty thing, huh?
A desert thing, right? Oh, I just love the Stirling soaps. Just something about this color green makes me happy when I see it in our cabinet, right?
Yeah, we haven't had any barbershops this last month, so it's kind of fun. We've had to wait to bust out a new Stirling, but I'm excited.
Oh, I'm just so looking forward to seeing your face for this first impression. Yeah, this is all you. This is all you. I'm excited.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Woo, we haven't had one that has a brown color on the outside. It is fun to see what they pick.
Individual ring color to match the soap. So cool. All right.
Okay, let's see.
Take it in. See what you get from Oro Valley.
Okay. Here's our pour for those who like to see.
Oh, beautiful. A little more beige than normal. Oh. Oh!
It is definitely in that lane. I can see it's an homage to Tom Ford.
Yeah?
And it's fun because we have had some Stirlings that had a little leather and stuff in it before.
Sure, yeah.
But this is definitely more of a different, like warmer leather. I don't know if that makes sense.
Oh. Now, is it close to the homages that we have also experienced?
It is.
Oh, I
like
like
that.
that.
It is.
Good.
And it has a good strength to it.
Right.
Like sometimes, when it is an homage to something, sometimes because it is coming from a frag, it's a little more intense. But this is like right in the middle. It's a good solid scent. And you really, before we even bust open the leather, you can really get all the parts to it still. So see what you think.
Yeah,
And there's more than just leather. There's definitely other things going on.
And let's have a corner conversation. I am encouraged and delighted by something. We had a couple of different soaps, well, a few, that share the same homaged cologne. And it was green Irish tweed. So, of course, every
well-known one,
generally at some point takes a swing at a green Irish tweed or an Aventus or something like that, right?
The well-loved ones, yeah.
And I loved that when I smelled it from two different artisans, that it was so delightfully the same. Because it means that they were really, really true to the original. If both of the homages were super close to each other, it meant we were getting super close to that original that we were trying to get to, right? So I'm kind of secretly hoping that this smells like exactly along those lines of the other one that we have smelled.
Right.
But let's dive in.
Because we're a fan of the other one. So it is always fun to see.
And we're giant fans of Stirling. So I'd love those hands to come together. So
right.
Let's see how similar it is for me, right?
First whiff for you. Let's see, Marcus. What do we got?
Wow.
Is warmer a nice way to put it?
Beautiful.
Like it is the homage to it, but I think it's a little bit warmer of a version, maybe.
I didn't expect it to be this perfect from what we've experienced before.
It's very close.
Wow. Y'all,
we've never smelled the original Tom Ford, by the way.
Joy. No, but you know what? If those
these
three
are so
homages
close,
are so close, then that's gotta be what it smells like, right? And y'all, let me bring this to the table right now. In the entirety of our shaving cabinet, I think as the dust has settled over episode 150 that we've now shot, I have never had a scent note in the entirety of it become so delightful to my nose as when ombre leather took on leather for me. Because I grew up with English leather and that stuff from my aunt that was very
like
right,
leather,
for an 8-year-old, right? So this is an entirely other side of the spectrum kind of leather. And this was probably my first great surprise in this journey was Tom Ford's ombre leather. So I love that this is just such a beautiful blend of it.
It is.
And I know the others so well that I can tell this is a little bit different, but it's almost like if you had the same painting, which colors, which part of that painting had a little more light on it because of the spotlights in the room or whatever. So this is, of course, exactly, delightfully the same painting. And there's just maybe a little bit more light turned up on a particular part of it.
Right.
But for sure, it's the same.
It is.
So if you love ombre leather, glad tidings of great joy. This is it.
It's there.
It might even be a little more intense than I've...
But that's what I was trying to remember, like where the potency of... But coming from a Stirling, like it is really got that good solid scent the whole way through. We haven't even lathered and just straight off the tub, it's there. I think the ombre leather scent was the one that when my sister asked, what's a good, like, sexy dude scent? And we're like, actually, this might be the first one we smelled that I think hits the nail on the head for what she was thinking. Like, what's a good hot dude smell? And I gotta say.
And Joel, who is finishing up his run of Guys and Dolls in San Francisco, came over the other day to replenish his supply of samples from our collection. And when he opened an ombre leather homage, he was like, I'm done. I'm done.
Just
this is it. This is all I want. Thank you very much. Maybe a little eggnog, but this is all I want. Of course. And I love that this is so similar to our already existing understanding of ombre leather that this is just perfect. Okay,
and I'm curious to see in the lather, like what comes out of it because every company's base has its own natural kind of scent. Right. But I'm curious, sometimes when you lather, you don't even smell it. It goes away. Other times it adds to how the scent profiles kind of mix in there.
Right. And the base, just because the fragrance might be super close, it doesn't mean that the bases are going to behave the same. They might be totally different,
I have no idea. So this is our HCNC bowl here.
Yeah, Sarah got hers as a gift from Pete. I bought my own because I liked it so much. I got my own.
And then we got a Stirling. Is that one the 24?
This is our Stirling 24 millimeter knot, and I love
Nice
this
and
guy.
small.
This was actually a recommendation of Jerry Plessy over at the Shave Dad Facebook group, who said when you're a newbie, it sometimes is nice to be able to see what you're doing in the shaving bowl, because if your knot is too big, like I had a 30 millimeter knot from Yahoo.
Very beginning, yeah.
Yeah, that's just going to be kind of a giant soup spoon. You want to be able to get a little pencil in there and see what you're doing. And if it's a little bit, see how it's kind of cobwebby on the bottom of the bowl, just a little bit? That's this thing asking you for a little
Just
water. She's
little,
a tiny bit
just
thirsty.
a little.
Drops from your bougie, not streams from your sink. Joel, I'm looking at you. You know exactly what. And y'all, going along with the fact that this is the scent in our locker that best fixed a scent note for me being leather, it is also one of those that if we were to have a score for like being bowled over by a scent, and I think that's kind of why we want to do a first reaction show, because some of these are going to be lovely and wonderful, and some of them are really going to be bowling us over.
Yes.
And this was the first one, I think, that when I smelled it, I had to swear. Because I think I did, because it was just like, oh my God.
Hold on.
Right.
Yeah.
This particular scent, the ombre leather, was the first one that in an homage.
And it's, I think, coming from a place where
me
leather had already kind of been a little tainted for you,
Yeah.
like with other scents he'd had before.
Taint is the right word.
This brought it back to life in a whole new way for some leather.
Yes.
Love, you know?
And you know, it's not that they fixed it. It's that they fixed it so beautifully. It's like they took a burlap sack and made a beautiful cotton tuxedo out of it. You're like, how'd you do that? Right? Yeah.
Right?
Oh.
Okay, so what's happening over there?
Okay. What I love about the leather is that my nose can't keep sniffing it enough. It's just like that most magical worn leather jacket
And
of your most favorite
It's almost
musician.
like a sweet leather.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Right.
Because we've had a few other ones that had leathers that I'm like, no, this is like straight on the farm leather. It's still pretty raw.
Right.
And then other times we've had that it's more of that overused leather. This somehow is fresh and sweet and warm.
Yeah.
I know they listed amber as like one of the scent notes, so I can get how that mixes in here, you know?
This for
cleaner.
me, being in the world of theater, I have known some people who have met some insanely famous people, like as famous as you get. And one of the things that they comment on is like, you know what? They smelled amazing. Like amazing the way they smelled. This would be one of those. I would think. This would be one of those that if I smelt this on it, like if Billy Joel threw his jacket to me, it was like, I'm going to go perform and I'll be back. And I smelled his jacket. This is what I would imagine it would smell like.
It's a fun personality. Like I do smell a person. Sometimes it takes us to places. I do smell a person with this. Like there's something about it. Like I think in our last episode I mentioned like my first time going into a Nordstrom's and being in the aisle of like Louis Vuitton bags and Coach bags and that leather. This kind of gives me a little hint of that fun experience.
Yes, because it is that luxurious of a smell, right? Like carpet that when you walk on it, you're like, how deep is this carpet? Like this is like that kind of luxury when you're in that kind of a hotel or that kind of a place, right? Yeah. Wow. And y'all, Stirling is on the absolute short list of our most favorite bases because y'all, we really we talk about lather all the time. We just kid about that, but we don't really talk about price all the time. The prices of Stirling are absolutely beautiful for what you get.
And they have other size options. If you don't want to get this full 5.8 ounce, there is another smaller size.
Right, too,
so,
in fact, on most of them. And as luxurious a lather as you will find in this industry. I just want to be absolutely clear on that. Stirling is something I grab when I need to have a fantastic shave.
So now that we've busted this open and gotten our nose on it, do we tear it apart and see what it's made of?
I have read this recipe before, and I have no idea how they make this out of these scent notes. But let's read them anyway. I don't know how these come together to make this. I don't know.
Okay, so this is what we read before, but I want to put that now connecting to this. A masculine blend of rich leather, totally got that. Warm spices, I am curious what those are. Amber, which I do get now that it's in there. And then a touch of earthiness. There is that like kind of darker scent. I don't know what that is, but
that describes this better than these individual notes do.
Right. If you really want to know what's in them.
Right. Other than like leather and maybe a little cardamom, I don't really pick these individual scent notes out because The blend is so amazing. I get a person, I get a place, I get a relaxed, beautiful, worn-in leather jacket that still has a 50-year life ahead of it because it's just that well made.
No, I would agree.
But it's that
quality.
that worn in too, like just that comfortable, beautiful smell of putting on something that you have worn every day of your life. That's what this brings.
Okay, so this is what they put as the actual scent notes.
All right.
With notes of cardamom.
Got it?
Leather.
Got it. And after this, I'm lost.
Okay. Yeah. Jasmine Sambac. Those are together.
Yes. Some florals.
Right? Yes. I don't know what the Sambac part is, but there you go.
Maybe samba.
Yeah. Amber.
Beautiful.
Ooh, moss.
Oh, not oak moss?
No, it just says moss.
Moss. Oh.
That must be the earthiness.
Oh. I got that now.
But it blends really well with the leather.
Yeah, but boy, does it work with it.
And then this next one.
Patchouli. Patchouli, y'all. Something I used to be afraid of. No longer.
Another one to help Marcus with his
San Francisco in the 90s when I went to college. Patchouli was a weapon of mass destruction. But here, this is just a totally different idea of what it is and how it's used.
And even like on the lid, how it has that deserty kind of vibe.
Yeah.
It's funny. I didn't actually connect that the first time we smelled this homage before, but I get where that is here.
Right.
There is an outdoor
100%.
Scent to it.
100%.
Like I know we talked about it being a person, but you can tell they came from somewhere that was like adventure, was lived out in this jacket of leather or something.
Yep. And you know how some songs just let you know that you're going to have a good time? I know it's cliched, but when you hear Kool and the Gang's Celebration, everybody's kind of like,
yep, and here we go.
Everybody starts. This is that kind of a song for me in the smell world. This is one of those party songs like that. When you hear it, it's just an instant classic crowd pleaser. That's this. That's Oro Valley for me.
It is. It's a very masculine scent, but when I smell it, it does smell like a good time. It does smell like, I can get, like I want to be wherever the party's at.
We are very close to the Rosie the Riveter Museum and where they used to make the ships during World War II. Could this work on a World War II female?
Okay, once it's in the lather, something separates a little bit.
Kinda.
Not in...
Ooh.
I'm getting lipstick on.
Oh, yeah, don't do that. Don't eat the soap.
Don't eat the soap. Yeah, so something in here... Compared to here, this is has a little, I don't know if it's more the cardamom jasmine side,
right?
But I do get a little sweeter. And then here it kind of brightens up a little bit. And I was just talking about the Louis Vuitton bag, Coach bag, that is all leather. It's got all that little hit. So, not saying we can't have our little leathery things also. Maybe.
And we work on this lather for a while on the show. Where you're in a good spot is when you're starting to stir it and it starts giving you resistance. So you're not stirring water and suds anymore. You're stirring a yogurt. It literally is resisting my brush like I'm stirring an actual yogurt. That is how you know.
Prime face lather.
In that spirit, why don't we take this guy just a little bit deeper? And it's beautifully winter for me because it's so warm.
It is. But I know it came out. And it came out during more of the fall season, but it's...
It was a seasonal.
I think so. So, but the fact that we're opening it now, it really does kind of fit winter, I gotta say.
Yeah, I mean, we had fun with this, with ombre leather homages during the summer.
Right.
I think during the winter, you'd want to wear it like a coat. I think it would warm you up.
And we're talking our California winter here. We're not negative sub-zero.
The country is having an Arctic chill right now.
Is.
And we were sitting here last night in 60-degree weather outside. It's a little unfair.
It is.
A little
I think the lowest at night, it's like 30s, But I do have to say, now that you kind of made me think of what more feminine side to it, I do have to say, if I'm leaning more towards the jasmine sambac, whatever it is, and I do the leather and cardamom side, that those warmer spices, and with a little hint of floral, I can say that us gals who want to have a little leather, this may not be a bad one to jump into and try.
And I think of, when I smell this, I think of like who would wear this. I think of kind of like the Sinatras. I kind of think of like, old, classy Hollywood smell. Kind of that kind of a thing. On the stronger side. Yes. So a stronger personality. But like a gentle one, a welcoming one.
Yes.
So maybe not Sinatra, but you know what I mean.
Right. But someone that, you'd want to get to know, that you feel like they have a fun energy about them, that it's a good time when you're with them. Like, there is something to the scent that plays into that.
And this is a little too bad boy for like a Jimmy Stewart. I
agree.
I think this
That
would be
leather
more on
twist.
your James Deans. I think this would be a little bit more on those kind of, not your Pee Wee Herman smells,
Probably
I guess
not.
is what I was going to say. That'd be more Fruit Loops,
It's funny because we don't know much about our frags, I gotta say.
No.
But after getting to know some more of the Tom Ford stuff, like, this is one that I feel like you gravitate towards more now, but we never would have at like a store picking up a scent. I have to say,
have become a Tom Ford whore, y'all. And we do want to give a little shout out to Stack's Reviews because he sent us out an ombre leather homage at the very beginning of our journey as our very first EDP. So we just want to say thank you, Stax.
It has a place of honor in our den, I have to say.
What it do, buddy? It's good to see you. Comes here all the time.
This is a super fun way to discover leather. I have to say, even as someone that's helping their younger teens ease into finding what a scent is, or, even learning some wet shaving stuff.
Or if you're coming into the shave world and you've had enough of the peppermints and you want to try something a little bit on the other side.
This is a little bit more, it could be more mature, I would say, than more of the gourmandy ones that you may introduce them into.
I wouldn't put this on my 13-year-old.
Right, but I feel like that later teens, maybe this might be a good kind of vibe to kind of be like starting to figure out what their scents are, that they could be able to like, okay, I see what's happening here. It's definitely a different version than the leather you started with.
Right. Yes, 100%. And I love that because it's not a cashmere, it is a leather. It is a full-on leather. It's just on a molecular level, whatever they have done to pull out the glorious, beautiful, soft, sweet side of it. That's what this
and
is.
it really has to say, like, these artisans really put their time in to make sure they're matching the scent they want.
Oh my God.
And I think they all get there in their own way, but it's super cool to see like how each artist revamps a scent into their own version. Because I think
this is our third formulation of this Tom Ford homage. And they just keep getting more delightful. And I don't even know if I would know that this is the Stirling version because it is so just dead on to what I already knew. I don't feel like the base is even adding anything. I think I'm just getting just full on ombre leather. Is that what you're getting?
No, I am too. And I actually say, I think we should maybe even get the splash because that sometimes fills in the other blanks. Like, that's where we might be able to tell the little differences between the artisans. We may need to invest in that.
Yeah, this was before the days when we were getting a Stirling splash
it's
the
true.
dollar soap. So that's how long
we've learned our lesson. Don't worry.
On the piano. Oh, yeah. But see, it's pretty easy. All you have to do is find this diner in the 1950s called Arnold's. Go on in and find Richie Cunningham and have yourself a malted. And then when Fonzie comes in and the jukebox ain't working, well, guess what? You just got your own. Head over to stirlingsoap.com where you can find this and a wide range of other products. Oh, I bring you glad tidings of great joy. Hours after my shave this morning, miles from the house on a walk, I was still getting giant and delightful whiffs of Oro Valley. This has a scent longevity like I have not known before, and I think I'm going to give it a 4.5. I think to get a 5, you have to wake up smelling like that the next day. But y'all, what a beautiful friend to have on your face. And if I was going to choose any scent to have that sort of longevity, it would be this one, because it is modeled and perfectly balanced after a super high level cologne. And what better friend to be sitting on your shoulder all day than this one? Hey, Rod and Mandy, you just keep doing everything right. Thank you, my friends.
Welcome to Messages.
Hey, y'all. It's time for our giveaway. Rod and Mandy believed in our little show so much they sent us out a full set of Burgundy to give away to you. So it is that magic time. Everybody who entered sent us an email to WeSetYou at thebarbershopduet.com so that we can get back to you.
Got on our magic list.
And they are subscribers here on YouTube. So it is time, and we figured out how to do this best. You ready?
Let's hope it works.
Alexa, give me a number between 1 and 13.
Here's a number between 1 and 13. It's 11.
11.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, Ronnie Shorty! Ronnie Shorty! Hey,
You're
buddy,
our winner!
congratulations for being our
Yay!
lucky winner of our set
Thanks
of
for
Burgundy.
following
We're
the
so
show
excited for
and
you.
email.
So we're going to reach out to you via email today, and we want to thank all of you
Yes,
who entered.
thank you.
So much, and be there for our next giveaway of Chiseled Face. And the
coming
episode
soon.
will be on March 17th,
So
2024.
email us if you haven't
so
yet.
thank you all so much, and thank you all for being here.
Do you smell it? You like the smell? Her little
Classy-
sniffer's going.
The classiest leather you could imagine, you all. I mean, I wish I could give you a better description, but just a beautiful, light, warm, friendly, classy leather with some beautiful
all those
spices
words are
underneath.
perfect, I have to say.
Woo!
So if you want to be able to get and see what we're all talking about here with all this Tom Ford ombre leather business, this may be an awesome way for you to get your nose onto a scent. And they have wonderful different sizes. So if the 5.8 ounce, you're not sure if you want to jump all the way in, you can go to their other sizes. They have samples of their EDPs.
Yes,
of their,
and most artisans, y'all have samples. So reach out
Mm-hmm.
to those first. Most of them are in the $2 or $3 range at the most.
Yeah.
And that way you'll know when you invest in a soap, and let's face it, with shipping and everything else, it's an
Right.
investment. That way you'll know that you're building the exact cabinet that you want to build. And that way it makes the hobby even more fun. Because that way there's no real regret buying.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You know what you got. And
Yeah.
boy, with this, leave it in the comments if you have not yet discovered this and you get your nose on it, because
Right?
it
I'm
was one of the
curious.
great delights of our journey.
Yeah, we really didn't know what this was going to be like. And leather is such a different scent for some people. So if you haven't smelt it before,
Yeah.
this may be a wonderful intro into what leather can bring to a wonderful scent here.
Just absolutely gorgeous. I love this, and I'm going to use this tonight.
Congrats to our winner today. And don't forget your next appointment with the Barbershop Duet.
You'll smell better just watching this.